Hey guys, we are back. You're watching the STPL. You're tuned in to Net Wars versus Red. Net Wars currently up 2-0 in this match. It's been pretty crazy so far. And this next game should be even crazier. It's going to be one of the best Terrans in the STPL in Cryoc. He's obviously in the top 10. And it's going to be ZZZero, the man himself, Mr. at Bombastic Star League. It is Zero, so this is going to be kind of crazy. But basically, what was I going to say? Yeah, I saw people asking about Rapid in chat. He is casting a bajillion events in Korea right now. I saw his calendar when we were at BlizzCon. And he is so busy right now, it's unreal. So I'm not even going to try to ask him because I don't want to sort of interrupt his actual paid work. Obviously he does this and casts with me out the goodness of his own heart. Unfortunately I've got nothing to pay him just yet. Hopefully if I can make the STPL a big enough success I'll be able to pay him. And obviously, I mean the players are going to get paid at the end of it anyway, so that's fine. It's just cast as obviously a little bit. I didn't scam you, Cadenzi. You know what? I definitely didn't scam you. Don't even try. But either way, let's introduce our third set of players here. It's going to be these two right here. It's Zero fighting for Net Wars. He is currently 2-0 this round in the SCPL. He did go 1-1 last time. He is 1-2 against Terran. So statistically, not doing the best out of all the Zergs, but still a very strong Zerg from Poland, of course. And his opponent fighting for Red, it's going to be Cryoc. Now, Cryoc, another very strong player. Much like Yeti, he's done incredibly well so far. He went 1-0 this round so far. Went 7-1 last round, and he is currently 7 wins, 0 losses against Zerg. So if I know he's beaten Eon Zerg in that as well, so it's not like he's only beaten players worse than him. He's beaten some very good Zergs, and it's going to be cool to see him play up against Zero. Can Zero overcome the TVZ Master here as they head on to Icarus? Now, Icarus, a 4-player map, 12, 6, 3, and 9 o'clock spawns. Lots to really talk about as we get more into the game, I guess, but it's been really cool to see exactly FPW gonna win STPL this season. Well, you know what, I'd like to see it, but you've currently not even got into any of the playoffs, so you've not qualified for the grand final playoffs just yet. So you've got a lot of stuff to come you've got a lot of games you've got to win to come if you want to win. So I wish you the best of luck, of course, but really cool map for TVZ. We've had two. Zerg actually have a little bit of an advantage here statistically in the SCPL. I'm not shit-talking, what? I'm just saying, okay? Just before we get into the game, I'm just saying, you haven't qualified for any playoffs just yet, but they didn't have you before. You are the catalyst. You are the man to bring the team together, the king of North America. But regardless, oh wait, that's probably Mr. Plow, right? I know Jayun likes Mr. Plow. I know you like Mr. Plow. So shoutouts to Mr. Plow wherever he is. Probably laddering it up right now. But Taitu obviously left a good soul. So either way, without further ado, let's get into game number 3. It's Net Wars Zero versus Red's Cryoc. Now, starting us off here in the 2 o'clock position, we do have the blue Terran fighting for Red. It's going to be Cryoc. And his opponent spawning here in the left-hand 9 o'clock position, or 8 o'clock, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be the purple Zerg fighting for Net Wars. It's Mr. Bombastic. It's Zero. Oh my god. Chat is just currently ripping into TT1 right now. I feel kind of bad for him. But, you know what? He's a really good player. He can take it. Now I'm kind of interested to see exactly what our players are going to do here. Zero usually plays pretty straight up. I doubt we're going to see any form of fast pull from him. I mean, it could be a 9 pull here. It depends on whether or not there's an Overlord coming. There is an Overlord, so I think we're probably going to see a 12 hatch. They are cross positions. Ditch it out. Do you mean dish it? D-I-S-H. Oh my god. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, I'm just gonna Avi just said that TT1 is a strong third NA Protoss behind Sugo and Batosai. I'm calling you. It's hard not to call you out because it's funny. Obviously, there's not much going on in the game. We've got a 12 hatch coming in from Zero. 1 Rax from Cryoc. He's not going into gas either, so it's going to be a 1 Rax fast expand. And we've got a drone scout coming in as well. Obviously, this is going to scout him a little bit late, so he isn't going to know exactly what's going on, but he will see that there is an SCV coming in from the other side. Now, Cryoc, of course, is going to know where his opponent spawned, so he is going to be able to send his SCV in the correct direction now. That's due to the benefit of him seeing what direction the Overlord's going in. Spawning pool finally on the way here for Zero. Still no gas for Cryoc. Cryoc actually opted to build a second depot before the command center, so it's going to delay that a little bit. But obviously he's not entirely sure what's going on. For the first time in this game, he's going to see exactly what the tech's looking like and everything like that. So we should see him put down this command center before the second marine. No, he actually went for 2 marines first. So very late. Very late. I was going to say, very late command center. I mean, the drone does manage to see this, but that was a little bit of a waste of the drone because this Overlord is going to be able to swing in and see this as well. Now, one thing to note, this map does have a droppable cliff. Behind the natural, we could see like a tank drop or something like that a little bit later on, but still no gas from Cryoc, so he is he's most certainly going to be going for the +1 5 Rax build here. Gas coming up on 24 supply. Should see the engineering bay coming up shortly after this as well. SCV finally in the main of Zero. Now, Cryoc does need to keep his SCV alive if he can, for as long as humanly possible. Needs to see when Lair's coming in. Needs to see if there's any big swell of lings or anything like that. But Cryoc looks like he wants to just go back home. He's seen a decent number of lings, but I don't know if he actually saw those popping out. Good drone block there actually on the SCV. And Cryoc miscontrolling his SCV just a little bit, making it a little bit harder. And there we go. The SCV is going to scout the lair timing, but is going to go down. Now, Cryoc's actually not built a depot out the front, which is kind of normal in this kind of +1 5 Rax build. So these lings are going to be able to get us around on the Marines, doing a lot of damage to them already. But good control by Cryoc is going to manage to keep a lot of them alive. Did lose 3 Marines though, so that's a pretty big deal. Early on, we've got the engineering bay getting... what's it called? Getting +1 attack. We still do not have an academy coming in yet for him. He's just going to add that now. So that's a little bit later than you'd normally want it, but of course he was dealing with that micro at the front. And just a shout out as well to Russ Bryan, who at the weekend not only hosted a cup in Warcraft 3, he also hosted the Russian LAN. The players like he and Ryu actually went to. It looks like it was a lot of fun. I'm very sad I didn't get to go, but obviously I couldn't get the time off work given the fact I'd just taken a week off to go to California, so that was the reason why I wasn't there. And I didn't actually know it was only on the Saturday, so I probably could have gone anyway. Russ Brain, sorry. I always get his name mixed up. Yeah, it's Brain. I keep reading it as Russ Bryan. I know I did, and I corrected myself, TT1. You don't need to grab me, but there we go. Looks like the Lings have taken down the SCV again. The SCV scouted the low Ling count, didn't manage to scout the Spire. Sham2, you're in California as well, although you live there, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Russ Bryan. Galaxy Brian. Oh man. But there we go. Looks like we have Zero pushing in with a couple of Lings. Gonna see if he can scout for when the move out comes in from Cryoc. Cryoc going up to only 4 racks, not going to go for the 5th racks. Gonna opt to get a quicker factory here, go into a little bit quicker tech. Stim is still not done, so he's going to need to get range soon. Scans are finally up, but he's not actually scanned for anything just yet, so does need to try and see exactly what's going on. There we go, the first scan has gone down, checks the natural, sees there is only a single sunken, and he does see the spire as well. Now, when you see a single sunken, that likely means there's going to be a lot of lings along with this. I mean, obviously Zero could be going for a lot of drones as well. He is known to drone up pretty heavily. You can see there's a really good saturation on the natural already. But the first Mulis have popped. There are no turrets just yet. They're about to finish up though. Perfect timing by Cryoc, putting a lot in his natural. 2 in the main as well. We'll need at least 1 by the barracks, otherwise he could be in a lot of trouble. We saw that in one of the last series that I casted. This is a replay, and the reason it's a replay is not because I want to kill the hype, but because it's a global tournament. There's players playing from all over the world, and I don't want to cause any additional lag in the games. And also, when they play the games, there is absolutely no way I could cast every single series. There's 8 best of 5s played every single week, and obviously that would be something like 20 hours of casting, and I wouldn't be able to do it live, so yeah, you can't see the research in ops. That's a little bit of a pain, but you can see the Mulis micro from Zero, pretty good. Only shaves off a couple of Marines though for the cost of a Muta. Interesting 3rd location by Zero up here. This is very, very aggressive. I don't know how he's going to be able to hold on to that. Maybe hoping that Cryoc doesn't actually check that base. There is still only a single turret there. Another Mulis getting taken down actually. Cryoc doing a very, very good job against the units here. Now, of course, Zero is on match point at the moment. If Zero does manage to win this game, NetWars will take the series and will continue to go unbeaten in the STPL round 3. A little bit of mismicro there by Zero. Gonna take a lot more damage on his Mulis, losing yet another Muta, but he is keeping the Medic Marine away from the bases. Now, he actually scans the other 2 mains. This is not going to find him the bases, and this is where this base could come into play. He doesn't have any additional scans. He's not going to be able to check. Oh wow, he actually scanned double again, and he scanned the other 2 thirds, so he's going to think that Zero most likely is on 1 or 2 base at the moment. Another 3 Mulis coming in, one of them taking a lot of damage already though. Good control by Cryoc here. Oh my god, the sandwich on the Mulis doing a lot. And about 3 Mulis do go down there, I believe. That's a huge amount of damage to be taken. And looks like Zero still continuing to move around. Does have a decent Marine or decent link count, but the trouble is the Mulis are going in without any support, and the Mulis are being taken out very, very quickly. The Lings are on top of the Marines, so the medics surrounded the Marines pretty nicely. A lot of the Mulis have gone down. There's only 5 Mulis now. One of them very close. He does manage to clean up the bio, but there is a lot of bio back at home still. This is 4 barracks worth of production. Science facility is on the way, and we do finally have a single Marine as scouted. This actually managed to get 4 kills, or 3 drone kills there. And I mean, he is going to be kicking himself when he figures, well, now he knows that's up there. He's going to be like, why has Zero expanded here? This does not make sense. And I mean, Cryoc is just playing like a god here. Like, you can see why he went 7-0 against Zerg, because he seems to have the number of every Zerg player he plays. I've seen a lot of his CVT, obviously, or TVT, and he always seems to have units in the right place. He always seems to have enough defense. But has he skimped on turrets a little bit too much? The Mulis in the base right now doing a lot of damage to the mineral lines. Looks like Cryoc is giving, or not giving up, but he's giving up his position in the main. Gonna try and defend with the reinforcements, and he is going for a big counterplay onto that 3rd base. If he can lock the Zerg onto 3 base, onto 2 base even, that is going to be a huge, huge advantage. Sure, the Mulis actually going down immediately. Another Mulis being taken down. This is great target firing by Koga. Look at this target firing. Another Mulis going down. And once again, the Mulis count being reset pretty much. And the bio of Cryoc has headed into the 3rd base. The Mulis now far too few in number to be able to defend against this. A vessel is finally up. A radiator's finished as well. The 3rd base has gone down. And that is absolutely insane. No Hive just yet from Zero. He's now locked on 2 gases. And he is going to be relying a lot on these Mutalists still to try and do some more damage. He needs to try and hurt Cryoc in any way he can. But there's going to be an Irradiate coming in soon. No! The Vessel doesn't have energy yet. He saves it with 60 health remaining. 3 energy to spare. But Cryoc still being pinned back in his base for now, with a lot of his army, a lot of lings in the middle of the map, not really able to achieve too much. But there we go, looks like Zero moving forward with some more Mutalists. Going to be caught out once again. This Mutalist taking a lot of damage again. I mean, unfortunately for Zero, Cryoc just has too many units in the right place. He's going to have siege mode. He's going to siege down on top of these sunken colonies. But the trouble is, this is an isolated army. This is not that many bio units. There is another army coming in behind this, but they're not going to be together. This is going to be a big, big moment for Zero. If he can clean this up, he might have a chance of clearing the next army as well. Has Cryoc overextended? He's up by 30 supply, but is that going to be enough? Looks like Zero's mute account getting a lot healthier. +1 attack is done for these as well. Another 3... Did he seriously just kill another Mutalist there? Cryoc, your target firing is at... He picks off another 2 Mutalists. How does he know? It's like he's got health bars turned on for the enemy units. How is this possible? His target firing on these Mutalists have been absolutely beautiful. And once again, Cryoc taking down a lot of the mutants from Zero. Zero starting to bank up a lot of money. Still no Hive on the way. Still very few units. No third base. Unfortunately, the Extractor up here not going to be really doing too much, but Zero, look at this man. Hiding down here in the bottom right with another expansion. If it doesn't work the first time, will it work this time? I'm not so sure. But there we go. Looks like the Vessel is out the front. He does have an Irradiate. Irradiate going down the top of the Mutalists. There's no... Oh my god, there's no split. The split finally coming in. The 2 of the Mutalists actually split off together. And that's going to be a lot of additional damage on these already hurt Mutalisks. And Cryoc is looking around again for another base. Oh my god, he scanned it. He scanned the new third base. He scanned his own natural third. And Cryoc is going to be heading down here to kill this. This is bound to be the final straw for Zero. He's lost so much. His gas count is so low. He's going to be running out of gas in his main relatively soon. No Queen's Nest. No Hive. That third base is going to be going down. A third base is going to be coming up from Cryoc. Actually going to expand towards the top middle to take that base. But that third base going down immediately. This is very, very unfortunate for Zero. Zero, of course, in the main base again. Trying to do what he can to the SCV line. Going to try and snipe this engineering bay that isn't even researching anything. Squad 1 is already done. I mean, the engineering bay is going to go down. That's going to be no more turrets. No more upgrades. But I mean, he's losing a lot of Mutalists to make this happen yet again. Cryoc's army is so big. Does manage to ship off a lot of the bio there. Oh my god, the Irradiate, the Irradiate, the Irradiate. He needs to pull it. He needs to split his Mutants. He's not splitting his Mutants. Once again, so much more damage going down. Looks like a repair going down on the engineering bay as well to try and save it. Has he actually managed to save this engineering bay as well? Somebody stop this man. Cryoc not able to save it, but another Irradiate going down on the final Mutants. All the Mutants have been cleaned up. Zero has nothing left. And GG, Cryoc brings Red back in the series. So of course, that does mean it's 2-1 now for NetWars. Red have regained a little bit of hope. Can they be the first people to beat NetWars in the STPL round 3? Obviously, we're going to have to find out when we get back after this with game number 4, which is going to be, let me just double check, it is Ku versus Mazur. Obviously, Ku playing for Red, Mazur playing for NetWars. See you guys when we're back.